The stranger, the body laid lifeless on the pavement. A crowd of onlookers gazed at the blood trickling from his mouth, wondering what had happened. However, no one truly saw what occurred. The police arrived within minutes, along with an ambulance that would take the corpse for an autopsy. None of those questioned knew the man of medium height, light brown hair and features both rugged and refined. What is worse, days went by without anyone claiming the deceased. One day, as the stranger was about to be declared John Doe and buried without the presence of any family or friend, a tall man with ashen blonde hair and melancholic green eyes walked into the morgue. His appearance was peculiar, as it was hard to readily discern whether he was young or old. A weathered skin likely tanned by the sun, an unkempt beard and dirty clothes might lead anyone to believe he was a homeless vagabond. However, he was not. "Can I see the body of the man found a few days ago on the Forgotten Street?" he asked with a hint of nervousness. "Are you a relative?" the morgue attendant inquired with curiosity. "I guess you could say I gave him life, and..." He hesitated for a moment, then responded, quite agitated, "I also took it away." The morgue attendant was quite taken aback upon hearing those rather compromising words. "Are you implying that you killed that unfortunate man?" "Yes, I took his life," he choked out. "You would have done the same if you were in my shoes. He was driving me crazy. Please, let me see him one last time. I need to ask him to forgive me for not letting the world know him." The young man became even more confused. Everything he was hearing seemed absurd. However, after pondering for a few seconds, he came to the conclusion that perhaps this was a father who, stunned by the death of his child, had begun to speak incoherently. So, he decided to treat him with compassion and led him to where the deceased was. Upon seeing the body, the man couldn't hold back his tears. "Forgive me, Baltazar. I never thought we would come to this. But you forced me, tormenting me day and night to write more stories where you were always the protagonist. The worst part is that even now, I don't feel at ease. So, I will surrender to the police and confess my crime." As he uttered these words, he brought his hands to his head and turned his back to the lifeless body of that character from his imagination, created long time ago to entertain readers with countless adventures. It was all over. He made his way to the police station and recounted what had happened. But all he managed to achieve was being confined to a mental health facility, subjected to the inquisitive gazes of those who once were mentally sane. Several days went by, and the patient couldn't sleep. Baltazar still stared at him with pleading eyes, asking him to bring him back to life. "Why don't you write about my death this time?" he kept saying. And so, the author grabbed a pen and began to write.